You were Alan Villasana.
Sir?
Mr. Villasana.
Alan Villasana faces 2 charges, theft and racing on a highway, each carrying up to 6 months in jail or a $2,000 fine. On January 1, 2025, surveillance at a Target captured Villasana allegedly removing a security tag from a JBL speaker and leaving without paying, later identified via license plate tracking.
Mr. Villasana, you were charged with 2 cases. You were charged with theft. You were also charged with racing on a highway. On both of those cases, you were facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
The theft or the racing was
Yeah, start on the theft because
theft.
it's the earlier one, yeah.
On January 1st, 2025, officers were dispatched to a shoplifter call at a Target in Harris County, Texas. The complainant, the loss prevention employee, called the officer regarding a theft in progress at the location and observed a Hispanic male wearing a tan hoodie and black shorts making a selection and removed a security tape from a JBL speaker box and placed other products inside a shopping cart. The complainant proceeded to keep the surveillance on the male and observe the defendant proceed to exit past all points of sale without any intent to pay the items. The officer reviewed the surveillance and observed the complainant make contact with the defendant at the front entrance and attempted to retrieve the stolen items, and the defendant proceeded to leave the Target and enter a black Chevrolet Spark. With the assistance of a license plate.
On March 15, 2025, officers observed Villasana racing a Chrysler sedan at high speeds on the Katy Freeway. Both cars exceeded 120 miles per hour, weaving dangerously and cutting off other drivers. The defendant admitted to racing and expressed willingness to flee if his vehicle had more fuel. Probable cause was established for both cases.
A license plate reader and TLO, the officer determined the motor vehicle to be driven by the defendant and obtained a Texas driver's license, which the officer believed completely matched the Hispanic male captured on the surveillance footage. The total taken was $499.03.
Okay. On the racing, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On March 15th, 2025, the officers observed a black Toyota Camry and a silver Chrysler sedan traveling at a high rate of speed on the main lanes of the Katy Freeway. Officers attempted to catch up to the motor vehicles traveling 120 miles per hour to keep the motor vehicles in sight, but both motor vehicles were still outgaining speed. The posted speed limit was 65 miles per hour. But both the defendant and the silver Chrysler were racing in competition side by side at points, with both motor vehicles accelerating at a high rate of speed, attempting to outdistance and outgain each other. While the defendant and the Chrysler were racing, they were making evasive lane changes and failing to signal lane change, cutting off multiple motor vehicles to get around traffic, causing victims with their motor vehicles.
The court imposed strict bond conditions, no alcohol, drugs, or unprescribed medications, with random testing. Villasana is prohibited from driving and must sign an affidavit promising compliance. Additionally, he is forbidden from visiting Target stores. Violations may result in immediate incarceration, with the judge emphasizing city safety above all.
Motor vehicles to take evasive actions to avoid collisions. The defendant's motor vehicle at one point drove on the right shoulder to pass vehicles in the right lane and was in front of the silver Chrysler. A traffic stop was initiated.
So driving on the shoulder to get.
A traffic stop was initiated and the officer made contact with the defendant, who was the driver. The defendant admitted that he was racing with the other vehicle and that this was not his first time racing, but his first time arrested, and that he would have ran from the officers if he had more gas in the motor vehicle.
Mr. Villasana, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward on both of your cases. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, I will revoke the bond on both of your cases and I'm going to put you in jail. I'm also ordering you now not to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. Do you understand?
How long?
While this case is open. And if I find that you do, likewise, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Can you print me out more affidavits, please?
Villasana is asked whether he can hire a lawyer or wishes for a court-appointed attorney. He will fill out an application and meet with legal counsel to review bond conditions. The judge stresses avoiding future problems. noting this is Villa's first case in 5 years and highlighting accountability and compliance.
You're not to go to any target whatsoever as well. If I find that you pick up a third case, it's really not going to go well for you. Do you understand? I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my city at all costs. And if that means putting you in jail and making your bonds high, I'll do it in a heartbeat. Do you understand? Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, or would you like to apply for a court-appointed lawyer?
I didn't have a job right now, so I can't.
Okay. Deputy Miranda's going to give you an application. I'll have you fill it out and I'll take a look at it with you. Hey, I'm not done talking to you. I'll have you fill it out. I'll take a look at it. I'm going to have you sign a receipt with Victoria. I'm going to have you come back because I'm going to have you sign an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. And then you'll get with Felicia for your bond conditions.
I won't be able to come back. I don't have a ride.
Figure it out. I'll get you a lawyer and we'll start talking. But I don't want any more problems. Do you understand?
No, I haven't been in problems like 5 years. This is the first time I had a case since 5.
So, please. Good morning, Mr. Alipio.
Yes.
Sir, you were charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
On March 13th, 2025, an officer observed a blue Ford F-250 driving at a high rate of speed. The officer paced the Ford driving 79 miles per hour in a 60-mile-per-hour zone. The officer observed the vehicle to fail to maintain a single lane, driving over a solid dash line, and driving between two lanes with other motor vehicles in the area when the vehicle failed to maintain the single lane. A traffic stop was initiated. The officer made contact with the defendant, the driver and sole occupant of the vehicle. The officer observed the defendant to have slurred speech. The defendant stated he drank one alcoholic drink prior to the traffic stop. The officer observed the defendant to be staggering while walking.
Alipio is prohibited from driving, must avoid alcohol and drugs, and will undergo random testing. Any violation could result in jail time and potential immigration consequences. He will carry a portable device to monitor alcohol consumption and must maintain contact with his attorney to avoid arrest warrants. Compliance is strictly enforced.
Using the motor vehicle for support, and the defendant to have the mild odor of alcohol upon his breath. The defendant appeared confused, and the officer had to repeat himself multiple times. SFSTs were conducted. 6 out of 6 clues were observed on the HGN. 2 out of 8 clues observed on the walk and turn. 3 out of 4 clues observed on the one-leg stand. The defendant stated he drank 2 to 3 alcoholic drinks prior to the traffic stop. The defendant was arrested. An inventory search was conducted of the defendant's vehicle, and the officer observed a warm to the touch white cup in the center console.
Alcohol while driving?
3 to 3/4 full while with the smell of an alcoholic beverage. The defendant was read the DIC and refused the breath test. A blood search warrant was signed and executed.
Mr. Alipio, I would hope that you would recognize it's elementary that you're not to have alcohol in the car while you are driving. I'm going to find that there is sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I will put you in jail. I am now also taking away your privilege to drive. You are not allowed to drive. If I find that you do, because I will have you sign an affidavit, a promise with me that you're not going to drive. I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is. If I find that you drive, likewise, you will go to jail. I do not know what your immigration status is. But if you are not in this country with permission and you go to jail and immigration finds you, they will put an immigration detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in custody until this case is over with, and then you get shipped off to immigration. Do you understand?
Yes.
I am sending notice to DPS that there is now a restriction on you that you are not to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. If you are caught driving a vehicle and it does not have an ignition interlock, every officer in the state will know to arrest you and put you in jail. Do you understand?
¿Usted lo entiende? Yes.
Your Honor, just to clarify, so he can drive so long as he has a guardian in?
No, I'm taking away, he's not allowed to drive at all.
Would you consider reinstating his ability to drive because owns his own business?
I'm not ready yet. All I know is that he's got alcohol allegedly in the car while he's driving, and it's a second offense. Look at me, Mr. Alipio.
Examíname, señor.
Do not drive. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Because of this restriction, you will now be required to obtain a portable device that you're going to take with you everywhere you go to prove to me that you are not consuming alcohol. I don't know if you have a problem with drugs or alcohol. If you do, now is the time for you to address it. Because if I see it becomes a problem, I'm going to address it for you. And I promise you're not going to like the way that I do it. Do you understand?
Adrian Flores remains in custody due to repeated failures to appear in court despite PR bonds. The judge emphasizes that plea bargains are permanent and non-compliance will not be tolerated. Flores requests another PR bond and promises to attend court if allowed to stay temporarily with his mother, acknowledging past mistakes.
¿Lo entiende?
Yes.
Yes.
Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. That means that you don't have to waste your time coming to court. But it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Lee. If she tells me that she can't get a hold of you because you're ducking and dodging phone calls, you're playing games, you're not responding to her, likewise, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my street at all costs. And I have no qualms about putting you in custody. If you don't believe me, ask Lee. She knows. For now, I will have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. After that, you'll get to Victoria where we will have you sign a reset. After that, you'll get with Felicia for your bond conditions. And after that, you'll be free to go. It's not forever, but I want to know that you truly appreciates and not just, oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, Your Honor, his prior DWI was in 2003, so he had not had alcohol in any long time.
How do we know?
¿Cómo sabemos?
How many times has he not been caught that we just don't know?
No.
I don't know, but all I know is he's got alcohol in the car. He has a prior DWI, so he's already on notice of what you can and can't do. I have a problem. So
Yes, Your Honor.
just proactivity goes a long way.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, Michelle.
You know, here for Mr. Flores, Adrian Flores. He's in the holdover. He's got a terroristic threat and a serious bodily injury charge. Represent me.
Hi, how are you?
Harold, what would you like? What are we doing?
Just today was the day we're going to come back for the mental health evaluation, and they just sent it to me this morning. Haven't had a chance to read all of it. They did say he was competent, but I still don't think something's right with him. I talked to him.
So get a second opinion. You know, if you need money for a second evaluation, I'll give you money.
And I don't know. I mean, it might be he's competent, but just something's not correct, you know, with our thinking and reasoning when I was.
Are you able to communicate with him?
I am. Well, just for instance,
Limited fashion or something, or what?
Sorry?
In a limited fashion?
no, he communicate, just for instance, I was just told, well, I just want to go ahead and work it out because then I'm going to hire an attorney and we're going to get them all dismissed later. I'm like, no,
Yeah, it
if
doesn't
we're
work.
gonna do this, we got to do it now. We have to decide if we're going to trial now. And
That's
then-
I want to get out as quick as possible and then
Kind of, but that was a little more than that though. Just,
to talk to him.
I mean, I guess it would be a safe thing. Just explain to him what's going on.
Do you mind bringing out Mr. Flores? Do you need a translator?
No, sir.
Adrian Flores, please.
And I think he understands now, but it just might be a misconception, maybe jailhouse lawyer talk or not understanding his
I don't know.
cases.
Does he have his pending in the 220, this case?
No other cases pending as far as I know.
Good morning, Mr. Flores. How are you?
Good today.
Good. The reason that you are still in custody is that we gave you a PR bond and you take off. You don't come back to court. This has not happened but once. It has happened already multiple times. So that's why I can't just continue to give you PR bonds. When you do, you just take off. The only thing I need you to understand is that, when you plead guilty to something, it sticks with you forever. You cannot try to plead guilty to something, get out and try to change it or do this or do that. This is when you do this, when you accept a plea bargain, it stays.
Judge, Your Honor, I'm truly sorry for what I've done, like my whole life. I just asked for another PR bond. I'll make it a court. I actually call my mom, see if I could stay with her until she